Hello everyone, today we are going to present our project titled Between Two Worlds, My Bilingual Mind. This presentation was prepared by Kel Jimena Guerrero Peña, Juliet Daniela Riaño Martinez, Giselle Natalia Perdomo Díaz, and Maya Valeria Vega Méndez. Now, let's go and meet our character Andrea Hernandez. Character introduction. Andrea Hernandez is a 21-year-old bilingual student. She grew up in Bogota, Colombia, but she spent her teenage years in the United States. Because of the experience, she developed strong skills in both Spanish and English. Her native language, or L1, is Spanish, and her second language, or L2, is English. Andrea learned English mainly because she lived and studied in the United States. This environment helped her practice the language every day. She also wanted to communicate with people from different cultures and have better academic opportunities. Andrea learned English through school, daily interaction with friends, and by living in an English speaking environment.
Situation 1. Explanation. At the family garden, she sees her cousin Sophia, who grew up in Miami. When she started talking to her, she automatically switches from Spanish to English. Even to the rest of the family is speaking Spanish. English feels more natural when speaking with Sophia because when they lived in the United States, that was the language they always used together. According to chapter 4 of the bilingual mean, bilingual speakers often change language depend on the person they are talking to. In this case, her language should depend on the interlocutor because Sophia feels more comfortable speaking English. So switching her makes the conversation easier and more natural. Another reason for code switching is social identity. When she speaks English with her cousin, she feels connected to her life in the United States and to the experience they share there. The theory explains that bilingual speakers sometimes choose a language to express a part of their identity or to feel closer to someone. Code switches also happen because of cognitive efficiency. Some words and expressions are easy for her to say in English, so switching language helps speed more fluency. However, if other relatives who do not understand English are listening, she may switch back to Spanish to include them because bilingual speakers also consider the social context when choosing a language.
Situation 2. In this situation, Andrea switches to Spanish when she speaks with her grandmother because her grandmother only communicates in Spanish. Even though Andrea is fluent in English, she adapts her language to ensure that communication is clear and comfortable. According to Javier and Marcos, language switching is influenced by extralinguistic factors, such as the relationship between speakers and the communicative context. In family interaction, especially with older relatives, the native language often carries emotional and cultural meaning. Therefore, Andrea's language choice is not a random. She switches to Spanish to maintain effective communication and strengthen her emotional connection with her grandmother.
Later at the family gathering, I joined a conversation with several of my cousins. Some of them are bilingual like me, but others only speak Spanish. Because of this, I start switching quickly between Spanish and English during the conversation. When I talk to my bilingual cousins, I sometimes use English because it helps me express certain ideas more easily. However, when I want everyone to understand, I switch back to Spanish so that the rest of my family can follow the conversation. According to Chapter 4 of the Bilingual Mind, bilingual speakers often change languages in mixed conversation to adapt to different listeners. In this situation, my language choice depends on the different language abilities of the people in the group. Switching between languages helps me include everyone and communicate more effectively. Another important reason for code switching is social interaction. By alternating between Spanish and English, I can maintain the flow of the conversation and make sure that everyone feels included. This shows that bilingual speakers often consider the social context and the needs of their listeners when choosing which language to use.
Andrea's experience shows that bilingual speakers often change languages depending on the context and the people they are speaking with. Code switching is not a mistake, it is a natural communication strategy used by bilingual speakers to communicate more effectively. Language choice can depend on relationships, cultural background, and language ability. This example helps us understand that bilingualism is the ability to use two languages flexibly in different social situations. References. Finally, the information for this presentation is based on Chapter 4, Language Switching as Communication from the Bilingual Mind. We also use images from Canva and generated by GPT chat. Thank you for your attention.